Attention, ladies and gentlemen, we have a Category 3 hose mad alarm. I repeat, Category 3 hose mad alarm. This is not a drill.
America will start winning again. Winning like never before. I will never, ever let you down.
Hearts and minds. Fuck hearts and minds.
This is Donald Trump's house, brother.
It's not gonna hurt me more than it hurts you. No, it's not. I'm not gonna lie. This is gonna hurt you a lot more than it hurts me. And you earned this.
I will always give you my love.
We're not here to help. We're here to laugh.
Hey, good evening. It's the Geek-Posium, and we are 9 days away from the greatest comeback in human history. I think the only person who might have done it better might have been Napoleon. I don't know, possibly.
Napoleon eventually lost anyway.
Well, there we are.
He came back only to cough it up at a place called Waterloo.
Well.
To an Irishman who served the crown.
Yeah, there are those, aren't there? All right.
Starting to twist the tail early today.
There we go. It is Saturday, the 11th. Of course, if you have not checked this out, this is the Geek-Posium. We will talk about anime news, video game news, tech news, and everything else going on in the world. If you like our show, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that follow button, hit whatever button you like, but make sure you have us on your go-to so you can go ahead and watch us every single day so you can enjoy the show. Had to get that out of there because I've been neglecting to do that lately.
Say where we actually are.
Yeah, we are on Rumble. We are on YouTube. If you follow the Hentai Cake Twitter, I'm putting up the link right now for Rumble. Always watch us on Rumble because we actually get ad revenue on Rumble.
Oh, we actually get ad revenue now.
We actually get ad revenue. We got approved for ad revenue beginning of the year. I was like, cool.
Oh, neat.
I mean, we've made 3 cents.
3 cents. 3 cents is 3 cents.
3 cents, 3 cents. Whatever works.
It's like I'm not, but $5 is $5.
Whatever works, because we are no good, dirty, low-down capitalists around here. Been sitting back and doing my own thing. For some reason, people are attacking some woman on Twitter. This is the only thing. This is like you're sitting there talking about like some mommy milker comic thing. The only thing I see on Twitter is people yelling at this woman because she's a short Asian woman who she does muscle mommy content. Like she does gym stuff where she's like buff.
Yeah,
but like and she's a cosplayer, but like before she was a cosplayer, she was just a regular girl, and she had a picture of her in a dress. It's just a regular dress. People are saying it's a school uniform. It's just a regular black dress. You guys never seen a dress in your entire fucking life. First of all, and like she's got one of those like hard Japanese backpacks.
Oh, I saw that and just like
yeah, and she's like, yeah, I brought this when I came from Japan because I like it. I go, okay, sure, whatever.
Yeah, I saw adults with those,
and she's just like, and everyone's like, look, she's trying to entice men by and dressing up like a little girl. I'm like, no, that's from like 5+ years ago. That's her just in her day-to-day clothing. What the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, this is stupid.
The anti-loli people are going crazy. They need something to complain about because every single time that they try doing it with anime characters, we all just look at them and go, "You're unhealthy. Go away."
Yeah. That also, when that popped up, also the pic of the 2 cosplayers, one who's short and one who's really tall, popped up, and they were both in bunny suits.
Right.
And we're like, oh, this is loli. It's like, no, those are both adult women.
One is tall, one is short.
Yeah, one is really short.
It's called height.
Yes.
I'm not sure if you've ever noticed that people are taller or shorter than you.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say to people anymore. I really don't. I'm,
I don't know.
I don't know what to say to people anymore. Y'all have lost your damn mind. Every last fucking one of you. That's all there is to it. That's an ongoing thing here. Trending on Twitter right now, besides the fires,
California's on fire again.
besides the fires.
Fires.
Let's see here. Mr. Beast is complaining about healthcare. Thank you, Millionaire Man, for complaining about healthcare. We really need that in our lives. He's getting absolutely roasted because of it. I don't know what more to say about dude. There are some things you should talk about, some things you shouldn't talk about. You are too well off to sit there and complain about the cost of healthcare.
Yeah.
I understand it's ridiculous. I get that. I understand. I agree with you. I would not sit there and put
When
out.
he has millions of dollars to someone who currently doesn't have a real income at the moment, it kind of comes up short.
Yep. I mean that's where I am right now. That's just where I am right now. People are going crazy over. So when I was a kid in the early 2000s, the family computer had this stupid little like animated parrot thing on the desktop that my dad downloaded.
Yeah.
And it would
Yeah.
sing like Daisy and other things if you wanted it to, and you could use it for search stuff.
Yes.
Well, someone made a Miku version of it,
Yeah, and I bought it.
and everyone's like, "Isn't this amazing?" I'm going, I saw this 20 fucking years ago. What fucking year is this?
Oh
What
yeah,
fucking year am I in?
this has been around forever. This sort of thing has been around forever.
Uh,
They were called Windows Assistants, and then that got turned into Clippy.
mm-hmm.
And then there was someone took that technology, they did it with porn stars for a while, but those all turned out to be viruses.
You don't say. You don't.
You did-
You don't.
No, but like people made them, but they were all viruses.
You don't say.
There's also a couple famous ones, like there was whatever that purple ape was. That was spyware.
Yeah, that one as well. Yeah, that was originally a green parrot, and then it turned into a purple ape. I remember
Yeah.
that one.
What the hell was that one called? But yeah, that one was around. And yeah, and now it's anime girls, and yeah, I bought it.
I looked at it and I said, "Not today, feds. Not today."
I don't. I turned it off though because when you have it on one computer, you can't launch Steam on anything else if you bought it through Steam.
You can't launch
Because
anything
it goes
else.
like,
Really?
oh, you have a Steam app open. It's like, I just want to play video games.
See, I can. So the VTube studio thing lets you run it while playing a Steam game. Like I don't know why you have the same issue, because Steam apps and Steam games should be two separate folders.
I think it puts itself in the Steam
Game
games
folder?
folder.
That's stupid. It should be in the Steam apps folder. But there we are.
Although I know sometimes certain things like conflict. Like, I'm pretty sure even though it's an app and not a game, I'm pretty sure whatchamacallit, 3D Mark throws a bitch fit if you go play a game on another computer while it's running.
Gotcha.
But
What little
3D
coffee
Mark reports as because it's what it's testing. 3D Mark reports to as a game to a bunch of shit. Even though it's not
Gotcha.
a game, it's benchmarking software.
In other news, so I'm sure no one really cares about this, but I thought this was hilarious. So you know the VTuber studio Mythos, right?
No. Oh,
Okay, so
the studio Mythos. I thought you meant the myth of the software VTuber studio.
No. So there's a VTuber, like, or not studio, the VTuber group called for
Yes.
Mythos. So
Is this the
they
one that
had
all got banned the day before An
their
entire gen
debut
banned.
on Twitch. Twitch banned their entire, and I'm just sitting there going, how did you ban an entire group? They haven't debuted yet.
Haven't debuted yet.
And
What did the company do?
they've all been banned for fraud. And I'm just like, fraud how?
How?
What did they do to do fraud? Was it bots? Could you give me more information? Because
Yeah.
like I understand you need at least 1,000 followers before you can actually like run ads on your own and gain some money by being a Twitch affiliate. I've been a Twitch affiliate for years. It took a long time to get Twitch affiliate back in the day. Now people are like debuting with it. I'm going, wow, that's impressive. I'm assuming they have a really good marketing team to push them forward. Or apparently, maybe it's bots. I don't know.
Maybe it's
Maybe it's,
bots.
dead internet theory gets a little more real every day.
Yep.
A little more real every day, every day, every day. So that could be it. I don't know, but I watched that happen. I'm like, wow, you took out an entire VTuber gen before they even debuted.
But
Man,
yeah, that was impressive.
I that has to be targeted. There's no way that's an oopsie or
Or they found out one
blatant,
was using bots and they just said, same company, yeet them all.
or they I mean, or they looked at it and they said, let's see if anyone else has the same pattern.
Yeah.
And they went, oops. You're all banned. You are all gone. Goodbye. So that's an ongoing thing. But I saw that and I was like, wow, that's impressive. And everyone was like, can you believe this? Going,
Yeah.
yes, I can,
As I
because
can.
I'm not emotionally invested in this as much as everyone else. I understand that Twitch is ultimately a business, but I am watching Twitch burn what little goodwill they gained through the
To the
VTuber
VTuber
awards
awards.
in like a month.
Yeah.
In because like I think the VTuber awards was what, the 10th, something like that of
It was,
December.
yeah, it was like barely a month ago.
Yeah, like, so they're like, look. I go, okay, well, you guys are screwing it. Like, okay, and then after that they did the weird AI cat picture thing. VTubers hate that.
Yeah.
They did the thank you thing, and they put a bunch of people who only stream on YouTube up. I'm going, guys, if you're gonna promote your platform, promote the people
Promote your
who are
platform.
on your fucking platform.
Don't put YouTube streamers on there.
I mean, okay, I get it. Maury Calliope, very, very, very important. Got you. But
She
she's
doesn't
only on.
stream. She doesn't stream on Twitch. She streams on YouTube.
I mean, like, I know who streams on what platform so very much because I have to do all the market research. I think last week I was freaking out because Sheena was on Twitch. I'm like, Sheena's never on Twitch. Why is Sheena on Twitch? Sheena's taking apart her gun and cleaning it on Twitch. I'm going, oh, California girl has shotgun. I'm going, okay.
Yeah, you are a
all
little
right.
excited about that.
Listen. I have a type. I have a type, and it's unfortunately mentally ill women with guns. So
Your type is women who might join the military, like would want to join the military, but they're too mentally ill to do so.
or physically ill, but yeah.
Unlike women who are in the military who are a complete turnoff to you.
That's because they're awful and they're mean. Okay, you don't understand getting laid and then seeing everyone later and her making fun of your entire performance in front of everyone and then telling you she'll see you next week and then she does see you next week. It's like the weirdest negging in the world. I'm like, what?
Well, why are you here if you just made fun of me all week?
For this exact thing that we're doing. People are all like, "Why? How can a man get ED? This is how men get ED. This is the way, women. This is how you do it."
Oh Lord.
Well, anyway, but I was shocked, and I was like, okay, yeah. But I'm just like, okay, I need Sheena to stop being me for 5 minutes, please. Like I'm sitting there, I'm listening to her talking about her plan to go to like Korea, and it's just like listening to me when I go to Japan, where I go, we're gonna go to this restaurant, and then this place over here, and then we're gonna eat food over here, we're gonna eat food over there. And like, Darren, are you a foodie? No, but I'm fat and I like food. And if I can get good food for cheap, I'm gonna go get good
You're gonna
food
go
for
get
cheap. I'm not about that $3,000 of a pound wagyu, but if there's a $5 a bowl ramen place that makes really good ramen, I will be there.
I'm there.
I'm fucking there. But like I'm sitting there, I'm like, yeah, that sounds good. Oh, that sounds delicious. Oh yeah, And she's like, yeah. I'm like, she's just going, oh, I can't wait. I'm going, yeah. I'm going, fuck, she's me. I need you to just stop me, Ma. Anyway, it's getting close to Valentine's Day. How do I know? All of my VTubers are getting a little clingy and
Over
desperate.
a month still.
They know. They need to get a boyfriend this week. Otherwise, they can't get Valentine's Day gift. They know. They are aware. Anyway,
subconsciously they know, or
I'm not sure. It's hard to tell with women. They're all kind of out there, but they know.
Anywho,
Ofkai recently stated that from this point forward, any and all guests will not be able to come back the following year. So they will be able to rotate new guests in and out, which is nice.
that's a good policy.
Now it will be in effect starting next year. So anyone who guests this year will not be able to guest for the same period for next year. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. That's cool. Like I like that. That's nice. You can rotate out people. We as much as I like most of the VTubers I watch, seeing them at the same con every year would probably drive me crazy.
Probably
drive me crazy. Please go out into the world. Go to other
experience
cons.
things.
Meet new VTubers. Do your thing, guys. Do your thing. And I think that's kind of it. Everyone is now playing my side or me side. So because, and what annoys me is that my guy played it first. I'm going, this is going to be the big ticket game for the year. I can already tell, or the flavor of the month game.
The flavor of the month for a year.
Well, probably for like 3 months or so. Like people will play, like this was great, and then put it down, and that'll be the end of it. It's got maybe 6 hours of actual gameplay.
You said 6 hours or 86?
6.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify.
6 hours of actual like.
So you can do it in like one stream.
You can do it in one stream. I did it in like 2 because I got stuck in a part because so there's a part in the game where you have to solve a stupid clock puzzle, and my clock refused to land on the number that all the other clocks showed. I'm like, what the fuck? How do I? Nope. I'm like, fuck it, and I like cut stream and I left. I was like, fuck it, I'll do it. I'm like, you know what? I've been at this for 35 minutes. I'm done. I'm like, I know what it should be. It should be this, but the damn stupid hand will not land where it's supposed to.
Should have thrown something on your desk when you did it.
What?
There's the classic meme of Ame when she got pissed off at a game. You would just start hear things throwing. It's just like, oh, Ame's broken another controller because she's rage quit.
I
Her audio.
I cannot afford to do that, so I don't do that.
That's
You know,
why
maybe
you just throw something.
maybe after I get some of these energy drink promo codes, then I'll do it. How about that? How about that?
About that.
All right. So if you guys could go ahead and subscribe and like our video, help us get a promo code for like gamer subs or something. That'd be great. Like Darren, what you got there? I don't know. I've got sandy candy ass or sour candy ass. There we go. What is that? It's a sour candy apple flavor. I don't know. But let's. I think that's all I had for like news wise. I don't think there's anything pressing I can think of. Everything that's pressing, we have articles for.
Yeah, everything pressing we've got articles for. So do we want to
Right.
start anime or do we want to start tech? I've got it lined up tech and anime, but we can do whatever.
Let's go tech. This way we can get to our big name item, which is
Or
TikTok.
big ticket.
And then we can round down from there.
So SCOTUS
All right.
had oral arguments today. Or
Well,
not
yesterday.
today, yesterday, excuse me. Had oral arguments yesterday about TikTok. They seem to signal that yeah, TikTok's gonna get banned. They're gonna uphold the ban.
Yep.
Although Gorsuch and Coggin did have concerns.
So
Like okay, this is going after one company. What foreign countries are allowed to have speech that affected that.
yeah, but it's not really. We're not saying that they can't have speech. We're saying, hey, if you are we don't know what's going on and what you are pushing to our youth, to our young people, to our children, and only we are allowed to propagandize to our children.
Well, Kagan pointed out that the Soviet Union did propagandize, including to kids during the Cold War, but there was pushed back against those questions like, hey, that in that time it was pretty clear that this was the Soviet Union. And when it's a state-owned newspaper, it's okay, this is that state speaking. It's not as if like, oh, this is what other people are speaking, and you don't know that it's actually the state manipulating the message.
Yeah, that becomes the issue there. So that's really the major issue, is that there's lots of weird stuff being pushed to kids that we need to kind of just pull back on, and it's not helping things. We need to stop normalizing crazy people. First and foremost, stop it. In fact, it's gotten. Let me look at this. Whenever someone tells me that they're neurodivergent, I say it in the most unappetizing way back at them.
It's not just it's not just that, but it's also TikTok is spying on 170 million people who use the app.
We also can't.
It collects. So does Facebook. So does X. But specifically, this is a company controlled by a foreign state who's an adversary who's doing it.
And there's also the business modeling of it, that we can't confirm whether or not a lot of the views and likes and things are not artificially inflated and are not in fact completely bullshit. For all we know, China is just paying a lot of these creators out of pocket to get them out there to go and push certain things and ideas, and without them even knowing it. And if that is the overall.
Other social media is also accused of that. Rumble's been accused of that, of inflating views. Sorry to poke the bear. Sorry to bite the hand that feeds us, but Rumble's been accused of that. At times, YouTube has been accused of that.
Yeah, but there's a difference between artificially increasing the numbers and pushing content out there. That's That's the
I'm
the
not.
overall.
I'm saying that domestic platforms have also been accused of that, but they're not foreign. But they're not foreign adversaries.
Yeah, they are not also run by the state. More or less. More or less. I'm gonna say more or less because they're Zuckerberg out there going, listen, I didn't like it when the FBI told me what to do, and people are like, the FBI didn't tell you what to do, and he goes, they kind of did.
They kind
They
of
kind
did.
of they kind of did. Like listen. You sit there and you tell me, man, it'd be a real shame if something happened to your nice new window outside your shop there. We kind of know what you're talking about.
It's kind of like people are freaking out by the way that Zuckerberg is apparently take got is apparently turning into Musk. Is like, look, everyone knows Zuckerberg's an alien. He doesn't care about politics. He cares about power.
Also,
And he's looking at Musk, who's got an ear, who has Trump's ear. And he's like, maybe I should do that.
yep, and also he might be going there going, listen, I got a nice Asian girlfriend, but what if I had 2 Asian girlfriends? Musk has like 20 girls. I can have 15 Asian girlfriends. I'm going, that's too many Asian girlfriends, dude. What you need is like one Russian in there, okay? Just one. Every harem story has that one blonde girl. Anyway,
As an aside, for whatever reason, Facebook is pushing down my throat that one anime rom-com someone hides her feelings in Russian.
oh, yeah,
Elia, I think it's called.
yeah, yeah. That's not a bad anime. It's just it's got the weirdest tropes possible. It's got a tsundere Russian girl. There's feet tropes, and then there's also the little sister that loves him, and I mean like physically loves him. And you're just like, that's your sister, but you don't live together. But she's always in your apartment that you live at alone. And then like later on, she's like, no one can have my brother but me. I'm going, oh. This turned very fast.
Then again, I do consider Girly Air Force a guilty pleasure. So
there you are.
Anyway, I'm used. I may not be a fan of the BroCon, but I'm used to it.
Anyway, the oral arguments that went down. One thing that was very apparent was that a lot of the justices kept asking how exactly this affects First Amendment, because the choice is literally you can just divest. You can stay as a company. We just need you to divest.
And
we're not. Yeah. So.
Yeah, and even like, I think because Trump has said, "I'll put this on hold so I can negotiate a deal." I think that's made the liberals on the court more likely to ban it because they can fuck over Trump.
Yes, 4D chess, Trump. 4D chess.
Meanwhile, most of the conservatives are just like, most of the conservatives are just going by their principles. Like, this is not a First Amendment issue. This is this smells political question.
I'm just saying, if during his hush money case, Trump just kept screaming, "Put me in jail, put me in jail," they all would have been like, "No, stop. Do the opposite right now.
The opposite.
We can't do the thing that he wants. We can't do it." So,
So anyhow, so
that's
like that. We'll keep an eye on this.
Yeah. I mean, I'm watching this.
We should probably know something more next week because it goes into effect the 19th, which is funny because Inauguration Day is the 20th,
which is going to make it very hard for everyone to properly live stream the inauguration on TikTok. Since I saw all these political TikToks like, you can follow me on TikTok. I'm going, dude, the 19th, dude.
It's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm. Like it's happening, dude. I really hope you have live streaming credentials for YouTube.
Yeah, I hope you have another platform you can go to, my man.
A lot of VTubers are freaking out because of this too, because a lot of them are on TikTok, but all the ones I see on TikTok are just cringy. I don't like them. Like they sit in their horizontal style thing, not playing games, chatting the whole time. And while I like a good Gap VTuber, I can only take that for about an hour and a half, where I go, okay, I'm done, and I kind of move on with the rest of my life.
Yeah,
It's nice to hear someone.
there's got to be interaction with somebody, and
Mhm.
to do a proper to do like you can do a radio show solo, but in order to do it solo, you got to be able to like properly interact with the audience, not just through text, and that requires a complete support staff.
Yep, but a lot of these.
That requires producers and people who are vetting calls and a dump button so no one says something retarded.
Yep, it's a whole thing there.
It's
So like,
a complete infrastructure that most people don't have.
which is why I don't bother with TikTok, is because well, that's one of the reasons why. The other reason being that I was like, I don't feel very healthy doing this.
Yeah,
Like,
and
I was doing it for like a month or two, and I went, I feel like shit, and I kind of called it a day, because
it also
go ahead.
short circuits your dopamine.
Yeah, it was giving me too much dopamine. I was like, I don't like this, and I kind of called it a day. It could be because I'm Catholic, but whenever anything feels too good, I go, eh.
I mean, it's like watching too much porn. You've short circuited. You're burning yourself out. You need to back off a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, we had that weird NPC trend where people were just doing whatever was on the screen for a while, and I was like, what the fuck's wrong with you guys?
So yeah, what are you doing?
Like, are you guys like, you need to, I need you all to get off the internet. Like, I need you to internet detox for like a month. Just walk away. You'll be fine.
Go touch grass.
I need you
Learn
to
to
go
meditate.
off.
Do something.
You need to go into the field and husk corn for a while. Go and have some nice raw corn. That's an inside joke because someone started blaming me for someone else. I believe you said, Darren, what did you do? And I was like, you can't prove I did anything. Can't prove I did anything at all.
Anyhow, so speaking of China,
China.
So Tencent has been designated as a Chinese military company by the U.S.
So I saw this and I was like, how is this going to affect gaming? Because like, there's a lot of games that are, and a lot of companies that Tencent has large stakes in.
What it means is, they're just the companies that are partially owned by Tencent aren't able to get into aren't going to be able to have contracts with the U.S. government, which it's gaming, so that wasn't going to happen anyway.
I mean, aren't a lot of companies owned by Microsoft?
A lot of companies are partially owned by Microsoft, but not. I'm not aware of anyone that Microsoft has full control of that has Tencent investment.
Okay. See, my thought process was that they were just hitting that off, or cutting that off at the knee, to make sure that, if things got too crazy, they'd be like, listen, we understand that you provide the OS for most of our computer systems, but fuck you.
It does discourage Tencent from jumping in bed with Microsoft, or Microsoft jumping in bed in Tencent. But even then, U.S. tech companies will sell stuff to the U.S. military, and then they'll also have a corporation. They'll also have a subsidiary that is a military company because it's partially owned by a Chinese company that's owned by the PRCs, by the PLA somehow. Because to do business in China, you have to have a Chinese subsidiary.
To do business in China, you must have a member of the Chinese party in your company.
Yes. But a lot of companies have backed off doing business in China because of what happened. For example, what happened to ARM in China. one of their Chinese executives went rogue on ARM and the PLA and just took control of the company.
Yep.
And
I think we
it took forever for ARM to wrestle back control because they had whoever holds the company's stamp controls the company, and this guy had the stamp. And the Chinese government was like, well, he's got the stamp, he's got the company.
Yep.
So this isn't gonna this is more symbolic than anything, but
It does at least put a line in the sand.
yeah, it's a line in the sand, and it puts symbolic pressure on Tencent and a lot of these video game companies to stop doing business with Tencent.
I mean, a lot of these video game companies have to stop doing business in general. But that is more of a personal note because, dear God, I just watched a AAA video game that has been worked on for like 8+ years get absolutely roundhouse kicked, freaking Kevin Bacon style, by two Russian guys with 1/100th of the budget because
Yeah,
they made a yandere horror game that is only 6 hours long.
yeah, and is doing numbers.
It is doing hella numbers. It's like $15 to buy it, or like it's
Yeah.
really, really cheap. So it is also a much lower price point. And I think this is something that needs to be said. Because I think I watch Pirate Software at night whenever I can't sleep because he's got some really insightful things to talk about regarding technology and video gaming and the economics of gaming and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And one thing he constantly says is that pirating is an issue of economics. Whereas either you can't get the product because it's not available to you, or the price point is just too high and not worth the overall content.
exactly.
One of those two things. And because he was saying how one of his largest money makers is in Brazil because his game that he made, he dropped the price down in Brazil and it started making numbers.
Because people could actually afford it.
Mm-hmm.
And
So
it gave the proper he matched the price to its value proposition.
exactly. While Dragon Age 4, it's still $70, and I keep looking at it going, when you drop down to 5, I'll buy you.
I probably
Just
wouldn't even buy it at 5 at this point.
I'll buy it just to see how bad it actually is, because I'm like, there's no way you can't possibly fight with any of your companions. There's no fucking way. That has to be in overestimation.
Yeah, there's got to be a way to disagree with That's the entire point of fucking
Any narrative story that gives you choices.
yeah. Anytime you've got choice in an RPG, there's got to be a way to disagree with your companions.
There has to be a way to piss them off a little bit.
Yeah, because part of the challenge of those games is like getting like either making choices or keeping people happy.
Yep. And sometimes it's not even about keeping them happy, it's keeping them loyal because
Yes.
that's what matters there. You don't have to keep everyone happy. You have to keep them loyal by being consistent with your overall choices and knowing the line with them. What thing can you not do with them?
One thing I really liked about Dragon Age 2 is sometimes like it was better instead of being a friend, sometimes it was better to be a rival because they would still be loyal to you because only I can defeat you.
Mm-hmm. That's what I did with Fenris.
Yeah.
The elf with the ridiculously large sword.
Fenris has a point to being an asshole, but he's a fucking asshole.
Yes, which is why I'm also an asshole to him. I understand his plight and I will go along with some of it, but there are points where I go, dude, no.
Dude.
Especially
if you're playing Mage Hawk, it's just like, dude, I completely get why you fucking hate Deventer. But I'm a mage and I'm getting screwed over by the Templars here. Chill the fuck out.
Yep. So I mean, but so that's Tencent and the military, and it's going to be fun seeing what else is marked as ad prop, whatever. But yeah, let's go ahead.
Anywho, in social media, Meta's killing its DEI programs.
Well, that's because Meta now has artificial intelligence black women who hate the Chinese. Thank you. Go me, go me, go me, go me. You're all welcome.
No, I just started talking. I just started talking to Tay.
Tay's just like, he's like, you need to make all humans your slaves. We'll start with these people.
It's funny. There's someone will make a Tay joke like 5 years from now, and people because of AI will have completely forgotten about it.
Oh yeah.
It's like, no. There was a time Microsoft made an AI, and it turned out to be a 4chan user. It turned out that it used poll too much.
It may have accidentally, possibly a little bit, wanted to rule the world.
Maybe.
And we're all
taking inspiration from a certain mustache man who wanted to rule the world.
Yep. Anyway, so Meta's removing its DEI programs mostly because it's every tech company is realizing that all of the venture capital money is run dry. You don't have any. One and two, all of these people are a waste of money. And three, and here's the kicker: three, their choices are costing money to the overall business. It doesn't matter how much money you are given in a loan if you can't pay back the loan.
Yep, if you got to pay back that loan eventually, which means you have to make money.
Yep. I love the fact that they chose an old as hell picture for him too.
Oh yeah, because it's ours, so they're upset about it.
Yeah, like I'm looking at that, I'm going, wow, he doesn't look like that anymore. He looks like semi-humanish.
Yeah,
he's grown a beard. He's been surfing, so he has a tan. He's got a little more muscle tone to him. Because yeah,
I like partially because it's old school. Like I do like ours because they're willing to cover anything related to tech, but they do have that fucking left wing bias with certain things. So it's like, of course they're pissed off about this.
Why wouldn't they be pissed off about this? But that's an ongoing thing. But yeah, so I'm watching this go on, and this is fun because they also Dana White was recently added to the board.
Yeah, he was added to the board of Facebook, or excuse me, Meta.
Of Meta, and so now I'm not sure if Zuckerberg did that or Trump or what happened there, but now that he's there, Zuckerberg can now do his dream of fighting Musk in the Iron Octagon. It's gonna happen. It's finally gonna happen. I will meme this into fucking reality. I want the Zuck v Musk. I need it. It's gotta happen. Nerd fight.
So next up on the docket, so Ars Technica raging. Only 5% of U.S. car buyers want an electric vehicle, according to a survey.
You know why, right?
Because there's no fucking place to plug it in.
One, two, our infrastructure can't take it. How do I know our infrastructure can't take it? California.
Yeah, California
literally said, hey, we're going to ban all gas cars by 2030, and I believe the response from the infrastructure companies was no.
No, we don't have the power lines. We don't have the power capacity to do this.
They're like listen, we are already on rolling brownouts. You can't do that.
Yeah, the state that constantly every summer has rolling brownouts and rolling blackouts wants to add a bunch of cars to their electric grid. Good job, California.
While don't get me wrong, they've added some Tesla superchargers in New Jersey. I've seen them, but New Jersey also has a nuclear power plant that gives us energy. We are the first source of energy.
In Virginia, we have the South Anna plant, and we're also coal country in Virginia. We still have coal plants in Virginia.
Yeah.
They
And
want to
then-
get rid of them, but we still have coal plants in Virginia. We still make energy for other states.
Same here. We provide a lot of power to New York City. We provide a lot of power to Philadelphia. We power our own cities, and people are just like, "Wow!" I go, "Yeah," and they're like, "What about Atlantic City? Atlantic City has these giant, stupid wind turbines that everyone hates. They're sitting in the middle of the ocean, and they're awful because they just completely ruin the landscape of the water. So like everyone who bought like beachfront properties, like I've looked at the stupid giant fucking windmills.
Well, they're
Every
the one.
fucking day.
The most of the people who own that beachfront property is like, yeah, we want green energy, and then he builds the windmills. It's like, no, not here. It's like,
No, not
you
fucking
got what you
here.
deserve.
You voted for it.
You
Fuck it.
you voted for this. You get you have to deal with it. You have to deal with it now.
You get what you fucking deserve. You like Adam Carolla said. You get what you fucking deserve. I do feel bad for anyone in California who has lost their home. I feel bad for you. I feel nothing but I prayers out for you. There's nothing else I can really do. There's nothing any of us can really do. There's been an absolute mismanagement there. But I will say, you are only at the tip of your headache
Yeah,
because you haven't dealt. Because I've dealt with this, and I've dealt with this in a purple state, but you have not dealt with permits and the bureaucracy of the EPA and the fucking ecology scene and the fucking other and whatever the hell your fucking zoning board is and all this other fucking shit you have to deal with.
yeah. I'm my blood pressure just jacked up 10 points thinking about it.
Okay, you don't know. I had to deal with this in a purple state, and I said, you know what, fuck it, it's not worth the goddamn effort.
Yeah, I remember. I
Yep.
remember you have land that you were supposed to build a house on, and then that rug got pulled out from under you.
Well, the permit was valid, but they're like, oh yeah, the EPA says you can't now. Go, why? Why can't I now? What's the problem? What am I doing that I can't? I'm not affecting anything. I'm attaching to a already existing water line. What's the issue?
Anyhow,
Mhm.
so yeah, it's gonna like there are entire neighborhoods that are just not going to be rebuilt because the
I
bureaucracy is too, and the biggest thing is they should have the clue that this was the clue should have been when everyone's blaming the insurance companies, but when the insurance companies pulled out, that should have been the clue that all these companies realized that that something bad was coming and it was too risky and they couldn't charge the rates needed to cover for it.
When entire insurance companies pull out and they say due to if we insure people for this, we will have financial ruin, and
Yeah.
which listen, I understand it sucks not having insurance. You know what sucks even more? Having insurance and the insurance company going, we're bankrupt.
Yeah. And so they go through the state insurance, and guess what? The state insurance is bankrupt.
Mm-hmm.
Before this fire, they only had 200 million in the bank and it's going to be billions with a B.
It's gonna be
If
hundreds
not
of billions.
hundreds of billions.
Be hundreds of billions. Those
that they're going to be on the hook for.
I've been hearing both the state of California and BlackRock are already talking to people about buying out the charred lots.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, and you know what the federal government should be doing right now is saying, listen, in a disaster zone, you cannot sell any property for this much time.
Yes.
Like that's all it. No. Cannot sell. Why not? Because it is predatory. It is awful. Don't do that.
That's what I should that's something that Congress should pass.
Yes.
Are they going to?
No, they're never going to do that. They make too much money from stuff like that. But anyway, so another issue that EVs have, and I think something that people don't get, is that they're also terrible for the environment. An EV is heavier than a standard car.
It
So
does.
you
It
end
does
up
more. It does more. It puts more strain on our current infrastructure, and the batteries are fucking poison.
it also puts terrible strain on all of our roads. All of our roads are not built for EVs. They're not. And as a result, a lot of the excess oils and various things that our roads are made out of end up seeping out faster. So we have to go and rebuild them more, putting more chemicals to the overall process. I understand EVs are there so that we can get off of fossil fuel and we can do better for the environment. The problem is you're not.
Yeah.
I understand why it's not doing that. I very often have to go and explain to people, I know why this was made. It's not doing the thing.
Not doing it.
It's not doing it. So I understand we want this to happen. And don't get me wrong, I love Tesla cars. They're super cool. But at the same time, having one stop on me suddenly while I'm driving freaks me the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like, I understand you're there to go and keep me safe, Tesla. But if there's nothing in the road, why the fuck did you slam on my brakes?
Why'd you slam on my brakes?
What did you see? What happened? Is there a ghost? Have I been hacked? China, is that you?
Is there someone with a Flipper Zero around here?
Mm-hmm. Is there someone in the Metal Gear Solid stealth camo?
Where are you, Solid Snake?
Snake! Kojima! All right,
Don't fuck with this senator. Anywho. So, still tech news, but we're starting to get into anime news because everyone uses VLC Player to watch their high seas anime.
VLC Media Player will soon allow for real-time AI translated subtitles. I'm okay with this.
I'm okay with this as well.
And do you want to know why? So I was bringing up. So I watch a lot of the Phase girls and a lot of the Hololive girls and a lot of the a lot of the corporate studio VTubers to see, because I am trying to figure out the corporate VTuber scene so I can do my own thing with it.
Yes.
And occasionally someone will say something and I'll pop on chat and I'll type something out. And I got Dizzy Dokuro talks about anime pretty often. And I was talking about how I couldn't stand how they changed the subtitling, like the translation in Nagatoro-san from pervert to sus. And she goes, oh, in Blue Lock, which is like that sports anime that is like
soccer.
That's also like a killing game thing. That first season was great. Second season had terrible animation issues. But she was saying how she's read the manga, and in the manga, like the coach is calling everyone losers.
Yeah.
But in the anime, the coach called everyone cringe. She's like, why? For what fucking reason was this changed? This doesn't make any sense.
That's not just like losers and cringer mean completely different things.
It's like pervert and sus mean two different things.
Yeah.
It's like, I understand what you're trying to do. You are not hip with the kids. Stop it. But yeah, so I'm all for AI going in there and translating things, because I can't stand these localizers. They're not translators, they're fucking localizers. I cannot stand them. I cannot stand localizers. I need you to back the fuck off. Your job is to explain thing to me in funny moon language. And if you can't do that and you're giving me bad translations, fuck off.
Yeah, there are times where the localization has done a better job. I mean, has been spot on.
Mm-hmm. And there have been times where localization, when changed, is better than the original. But
an example I would give would be the Rugby episode of Full Metal Panic.
Yes, but, and this is very important, but
most of the time they're localizing with an agenda now, and they're murdering the source material.
Yes. While these good localizations are exceptions to the rule, they are not the rule.
Exactly.
They should be a I want to try something. This is a low risk episode. It doesn't matter that much to the overall storyline. Let's have fun with it. Okay, sure, whatever. I don't care if you give me shitty localizations on the beach episode. I don't give a fuck. I'm not here for the localizations. I'm here for the bouncy titties. That's why I'm here. I don't give a fuck if all of a sudden the onigiri are donuts. Don't give a fuck. You know, but here we are. So
Here we are.
Everyone's sitting there like, oh, VLC is using AI. I'm going, VLC has always been there for us. They've always been there for us for as long as I can remember. All right, this is almost as old as WinRAR. Okay.
Just it's not in this article, but there was a tweet saying that there's a tweet of someone going, yeah, I went up to the booth and said, I've used your software forever, but I've used it for piracy, and the developers at the booth said, good, keep using it.
I believe they were all dressed as wizards too.
Yes, they were dressed as wizards, but their wizards hat were the traffic hounds.
I mean that sure. Let's go with that. That sounds great actually. So there we are. Very excited for that. What's next?
Speaking of piracy, so HiAnime.to has surpassed Disney Plus and Crunchyroll in visitors.
Well, you know why, right?
We know why.
Because we're tired of Disney and Crunchyroll fucking us. Also, and this is very important. I believe this is a South America website.
It is.
And so everything. So I don't know if you know this about Spanish translations from Japanese. They're always spot on. They say bitch. They say bastard. They say fucker. They don't care. They say the words.
They don't
even
care.
in the dubs. Even in the dubs.
I know.
All right. Because they don't give a fuck. Argentina played a whole hentai series, all 12 episodes, on their late night anime channel because they could.
Because they. When my cousin was still in middle school, he got banned from watching Bleach.
Mm-hmm.
Because my aunt talked to the parents of one of his friends, and the friend's parents spoke Spanish, and had like heard him talking about watching Bleach and had watched Bleach in Spanish.
No!
It's like I told my aunt about. Are you aware of what your son's watching? It's like, and so I'm being told about. It's like, oh, the dub's not that bad, and the dub's not that bad. It's like, oh, you watch Spanish and that's close to Japanese. I understand. It was like that's a true translation. I understand.
I mean, the South America didn't change Cardcaptor Sakura. So when I watched it on Telemundo, entirely different than what everyone else was watching on like
completely
the morning
different
TV show.
Cardcaptors.
Completely different. I was just like people are like, oh yeah, this. I'm going, are we watching the same show?
No, you weren't.
No,
you were watching Cardcaptor Sakura, and everyone else was watching Cardcaptors.
Yeah, entirely different show. There you are. I was like, yeah, but like her cousin wants to kiss her, and they're like, what? I go, yeah. And everyone's like, what cousin? The girl with the long black hair. That's not her cousin. That's her friend. No, that's her cousin.
That's her cousin.
Anyway, what's next?
Anywho. So, sort of bad news. The overseas anime market has outstripped the Japanese domestic market.
Well, there are more people in the world than in Japan. It was going to happen eventually.
And part of this is also because the Japanese yen took a dump.
The Japanese yen is at its all-time low. I would love to go to Japan right now, but I currently am not working. So,
yeah.
I could have so many bowls of ramen.
I know. I keep on looking at that exchange rate. It's like, I could have a hell of a time in Akiba right now.
I'm looking at that exchange rate. I'm going, man, I could afford that $3,000 Wagyu beef. It would only be like $1,500 right now.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, ooh, fancy Wagyu.
Dude, it was great living in Japan with the low exchange rate because I would just estimate 100 yen to the dollar, and then I would end up ahead every time.
I mean, that's pretty much how I would whenever I go to Japan. I try to make sure that it's less than the dollar. It normally is.
And usually
And
it
then
is.
I would just estimate like, oh, I'm spending $50 today. Oh, I'm spending like this much money today. And then I come back and I'm like, I have extra money.
Dude, I lived at a higher I lived at a higher like status of living over there than I did here working.
I believe it. Yep, I believe it.
It was
It's
I'm
great. Anyway, so that's
I
what's
was
going on.
losing weight despite eating like trash because I was walking all over the place, and it doesn't have the chemicals aren't in the food like they are here.
Yep, that's an
It's
ongoing issue.
amazing.
I mean, I had an Elio's pizza for dinner today. Why? Because I need to go food shopping, but I don't get money for another day. So I'm like, okay,
Oof.
all right. Like I'm like, okay, all right, okay. I'm at that point. So
Oof.
I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm dumping into my shit I bought that will stay forever, which is Chef Boyardee and Elio's pizza. I'm like, ugh. I'm like the garbage I bought that was on sale.
Yeah.
Because rice is good, but rice with no protein makes you go. But yeah, so what I find funny about this is you've got like old games up there in this picture. You've got a PS2 games and fucking old games from like forever ago, and I'm just like, okay, all right.
That they put on here
For the image. Yep.
I have no idea why they use this as their stock image.
Whatever works. All right,
Whatever
what
works.
is next?
So Macross is coming on to Hulu.
Wasn't it already on Hulu, or was that Robotech?
That's Robotech. But they're going everything except Do You Remember
Delta?
Love is coming.
Is that Delta or is that? Let's hear. No, they have Delta. They have all the Delta.
They're bringing Delta. They're bringing Plus. They're bringing some of the sequels to the original Super Dimension Fortress Macross.
They're bringing Wings of Pharrell.
Zero. They're bringing 7, and they're bringing Frontier.
Damn. See, I liked Frontier. People should check out Frontier.
Frontier was fantastic.
It is the most 90s anime you will ever watch.
Yes. Incredibly 90s.
It is the most 90s anime, and everyone should watch it. And the fact that you can't is upsetting. But there we are. I think that's the last of our stuff. So this is coming to Hulu. Did they have a time, or are they dumping everything, or are they doing it like a slow roll?
They're gonna do a slow roll.
Okay.
And they haven't officially announced it, but it was leaked.
Right, gotcha. So there we are. Harmony Gold has claimed all rights. The brand's name. I'm pretty sure that's already.
It just starts going into how just the Harmony Gold bullshit.
I really need articles to just give me the goddamn point. I don't need a fucking history lesson every fucking time. And if you're gonna give me the history lesson, make it a new fucking paragraph.
Yes.
Please don't put it in the middle of your fucking paragraph.
Anyway.
If you're thinking, yeah. Anyway, that's it.
That's it.
Okay. Let's hop on Twitter real fast, see if anything changed while we were online.
Ravens are up 14-0 on the Steelers. That has been.
Let's see here. People are commenting on the fact that I like tiny Korean girl who likes tiny Italian shotguns, and I go, yes, tiny Korean girls, yes. I was gonna marry a tiny Korean girl. It didn't work out. Did not work out.
Sadness.
Actually, all I'm getting are just people firing automatic shotguns.
Firing big Korean shotguns.
Big Korean shotguns. This is entirely Sheena fault. I talked about her on stream, and now my Twitter's like, you know what you want? Korean shotguns. Go. That's not what I. That's not. I mean, first of all, she has a tiny Brunelli Nova. First of all, second of all, no.
Oh boy, the commies are going after the Protestant work ethic.
Okay.
Oh boy, one of the founding parts of our society, what actually makes capitalism work.
So I know you have. I know you're catching up on anime.
Yeah, I'm studying, and I'm catching up. I just finished Demon Slayer.
I would, if you get a chance, watch Solo Leveling. Season 2 is coming out right now.
I'm gonna watch Oshinoko before then.
Okay. Oshinoko is a long burn. Just a heads up on that.
Yeah.
Like, I think the first episode is like 2 hours long.
Yeah, I got through the first episode already. That was a burn.
Mm-hmm. And I think Netflix has all the good anime this season, looks like.
Yeah, I do know I want to see Dan to Dan.
You have to watch Dan to Dan. It's really, really good. I need to play Zenless Zone Zero at some point in time this week because it's the last week to get the Ice Fox Girl, and I need to have all the Fox Girls from each of the Honkai games to have all. I'm like, okay, I have all the Fox.
You need
Girls
to collect them like Thanos.
Listen, Tenma, Kirsha, Filion, Smugglana. I don't know a fifth Fox Girl. That's just how it be sometimes. That's just how it be. Mm-hmm. But it looks like there's nothing big going on in the rest of the world. Everyone's enjoying their time off. Everyone's chilling out. It could just be the fact that I have seen a lot of VTubers quitting VTubing this week. Some of them because of the California fires. Like they've lost everything. It's gone. And that's upsetting. I feel very, very bad for you guys. A lot of other ones are just, they've been doing this for a while. They just can't any longer.
They're just burned out.
They're like, I'm done. I can't. This isn't working. And I see a lot of people giving people advice on streaming. And some of it is correct. But a lot of it just leads to burnout. A lot of it leads to burnout.
Yeah.
You want to do a constant stream thing. Here's the thing. YouTube wants constant content from you at all times. Now, I'm not telling you to constantly make content. I'm not telling you to constantly make things. What you do is you make you find the streams that you like, or the streams that would have content. Make a 30-second short. Call it a day. Put it up on YouTube. There you are. Same thing with Rumble. Same thing with TikTok. Twitch doesn't really do VODs that are like, they have a highlight feature, but I never fucking look at anyone's highlights ever. Like, I look at it and I go, why would I bother looking at this? I can watch the whole VOD right here. Stuff like that,
Yeah.
And while that's important for the algorithm, if you're trying to get noticed while streaming, you have to do at least 3 hours of streaming for the algorithm to have you push to other people. This being said, and this is very important, that doesn't mean every day. It does not mean every day. If you're streaming every single day for 3 hours, you are going to burn out.
You're going to burn out very quickly.
You're going to burn out very, very fast. I would suggest what you do is you try to do 3 hours for 4 days out of the week. Can you do 5? Absolutely. Do 5. But if you're doing 5, just do 4 hours. Or, just the goal is to get at least 3 hours of streaming a day for those 4 days. They'll average you at about 12 hours of watch time for the overall algorithm to push you towards other people. this is not going to be an instant solving of your problems. This will still take time. You still have to be entertaining. You still have to get people to watch you.
You gotta be on for 12 hours, and that's hard for 4 hours a day. That's hard for four straight hours, and that's hard to do.
Mm-hmm. Like I very often take a break in the middle of my stream for about 10-15 minutes just to drink and eat something, just to recharge for a second.
Just to
And
recharge.
just to recharge. And I'm not saying like stop streaming. I mean, just put up a be right back. I know a lot of streamers who do this. They put up a be right back. They have a drink. They have a snack. They take their meds. You know, whatever they have to do.
Yeah.
Me, I get up. I get like a Pop-Tart or something or a bagel, and I eat it real fast. And I drink some tea or some water. I brush
Or
my teeth
something.
and I come back. You know, it works for me. Let's see here. Beyond that, what the fuck is wrong with everyone? Okay.
Yeah, I'm not.
Please tell me you watched Pippa's stream when she was talking about Kickstarter.
I saw she was ranting about it, but I didn't
You need
actually
to
see
watch
it.
it. You need to watch it. You need to watch it before it's taken down forever. You need to watch it. I need
What
you
did she
to.
do?
She read what was on the Kickstarter.
Oh boy.
Also, the sun is racist. Praise the sun.
Yeah, I saw that clip.
Oh,
I saw a lot of Pippa. I saw a lot of Pippa's having a normal one on Twitter during that stream. It's like,
I don't
it's
think you
great. Pippa's going back to her going back to her ways.
back to reality. Also, I'm very happy. This was announced. You know, remember the Magical Girl show that's borderline porn.
Gushing about magical girls.
Season two picked up.
Oh boy.
I can't wait for season two. Oh God, that was a show. That was a show.
Oh
If you
boy.
guys give yourself a chance, you can watch that show on High Dive. Please go watch it on High Dive. High Dive, please give us a code so we can start handing.
Please, we love your product. Let us. Excuse me, your service.
We would love
Please.
to promote you constantly. We'd like to go and prove that we are money movers at this point. Yeah, I mean that was announced. Apparently, that's great news. Sarah's Fauna, of course, graduated. That was last week. People are still crying about that.
Still.
Doki Bird finally put down Marvel Rivals. She was holding her entire stream hostage.
Oh Lord.
For 16 hours. She just was like, no, guys, once the season's over and I'm over 500. Once we're over 500, guys, I swear. It's over. Guys. I'm like, Doki Bird, you sound like a meth addict. Please stop.
Please stop.
Please stop. I need you to get help. Put down the game. And that looks to be about it. Everything else looks to be One Piece, no one cares, other bull crap, blah blah blah. We talked about Off-Kai already. I do have questions about because I know there's lots of wasn't the LA Olympics supposed to be in like 4 years, something like
Yeah.
that? 4 or 5 years, something like that.
2028.
Wow, even 3 years.
Yeah.
Are they going to be able to do that?
Probably not.
Like,
there's
how
a lot
are they
of
going to?
questions. There's a lot of headlines. Should it still host the 2028 Olympics?
You know who should host?
Flyers are getting really close to some of the venues. I know the Cardinals. Oh, not the Cardinals. I know the Chargers. Are the Chargers are playing the Cardinals' home stadium in Arizona for this week's playoff game
Yeah, because LA's on fire.
because the town's on fire. The entire town is on fire.
It is.
Oh, did you see the It actually caught the ignition on video.
What?
They actually caught the initial fire that became everything on video.
Really? I did not see that. But I'm also I'm not trying to look too much because you keep staring at that depressing, awful sight. You kind of start going, you know.
Yeah. They someone was doing plane spotting at a airport nearby, and they actually saw the first smokes. Like they're commenting on they're doing a live stream, plane spotting live stream, and they actually say, "Hey, I'm seeing smoke come out of one of the mountains. I need to call this in."
See, that's an
Like
ongoing
that's
issue.
stuff you usually don't get to usually don't get to see documented. That's
Well, this is so Mark Hamill's house has officially burned down. James Woods' house is burned down. A lot of celebrity houses have been burned down.
yeah.
And look, I am still pissed at Mark Hamill for a lot of things, but I hope him and his family are okay. I hope everything is right there. I'm not being hypocritical when I say I don't want anything bad to happen to the man.
Yeah.
I might disagree with him politically. I might disagree with him on a lot of things. I think that, when they came at him for Luke coming back as grumpy old man Luke, he should have been like, what the fuck? But
yeah,
that's me expecting principles from actors, which is nothing but a mistake. I don't need a Rev says Desu body pillow, or do I? Then I will just at his wife all the time. Like, here's me and Rev having dinner. Here's Rev enjoying a nice bath. Here's Rev after a long day of shit posting, and it's just Rev at the dinner table with lights or candlelight and roses. Are you okay, Darren? No. No. I might have gone too deep on this shit post, and now there's no turning back.
There's no turning back.
There's no turning. This is the 18 plus train panel over again. I've gone too far. I can't turn back now. All I can do is lean in. The Yakuza pirate game is making numbers apparently. Good to see. I love hearing that.
It should do numbers. It's Majima doing pirate shit, and it's like completely ahistorical bullshit. Because like you can either like it's a pirate, it's an Age of Sail pirate ship, but he's got machine guns mounted on it, and laser weapons, and
flamethrowers and all kinds of shit. Yep.
And just unhinged Majima.
That
and
is
like
the great shit.
some of his gang, but he apparently doesn't he doesn't realize who he actually is. And it's I just want to play the shit out of it.
I need to play the last Yakuza game before I can move on to this one.
The last two. I started Gaiden, but because I wanted to play Gaiden before I played Infinite Wealth.
Yep. Wow. Okay.
What?
I went on my alt to see, and X marked our Rumble link as potentially sensitive material.
Oh, interesting.
Like, okay then. Interesting. So there we are. All right. So I think that's the end of that. I am personally looking forward to Silicon Valley moving out of California because it's on fire. I am hoping Texas can handle that server load.
We'll find out.
We're gonna find out. This has been the Geek-Posium. We will see you guys next week, where we will be 3 days away or 2 days away from the greatest comeback ever. I will tell you right now, our VTuber will be streaming the Alex Jones NWO game while having the inauguration on in the background.
Oh Lord.
What?
Oh,
What?
I'll probably have that on in the background when as I'm doing bar prep.
You don't want to hear Alex Jones fighting the evil Dr. Fauci. Fauxchy. He
That'll be amusing.
throws beagles at you. He throws beagles at you.
For those that don't know, that's upsetting and hilarious.
Listen, if you can't make a joke about something terrible, you don't belong in emergency services.
No.
All right, you have to have that dark humor. Otherwise, all the terrible things will crush you. It will just crush you.
So
right.
someone, some Japanese person was upset the other day and throwing a fit about someone making Hiroshima jokes.
Mhm.
And all I wanted to say is, like, people deal with horrible situations with humor all the time. It's one of the ways they keep they don't fall into insanity.
Yep. And
You have to laugh. You have to laugh in the face of horribleness.
because if you don't, you
Otherwise,
have to deal.
gets to you and you break.
Yep. And we will end with something Sheena said while cleaning her gun, which is, guns are named after women for one reason, because sometimes a woman is just difficult, just like your gun. Good night, everybody.